Andrea Larosa is one of the legends who really pushed capabilities of what the human body can do to a next level. Let's see how this Italian beast accidentally started his calisthenics journey, which later on made him become a well-known athlete around the whole world. Larosa was born on December 30th, 1995 in Rome, Italy. At the age of 11, he started doing many sports like kickboxing, MMA, soccer and even a little bit of parkour. When he entered high school, he stopped doing MMA and focused only on kickboxing. However, when his gym temporarily closed, Larosa had to find an alternative, so in the July of 2013, at the age of 17, he watched a few videos on how to stay in shape using only bodyweight exercises. With this newfound knowledge, he went alone to a calisthenics park where he and his kickboxing crew often went by during the summer. He performed there bad form pull-ups, bench dips, chin-ups, push-ups and squats to maintain his form and even become better than other members from the gym. Once the gym reopened in September, Larosa's routine consists of kickboxing twice a week and calisthenics workouts also twice a week, which continued for another year until the gym permanently closed. At this point, Andrea didn't know what to do, but he decided to continue with calisthenics, focusing on basic stuff and specifically targeting exercises that he wasn't comfortable with and challenged him. He enjoyed being outside in the sun, breathing fresh air and staying in shape by doing exercises that brought him joy. Larosa found that utilizing his free time in this manner was the most fulfilling way to make the most of his days. During this period, Larosa didn't have any inspiration. His main goal was just to improve and become a better version of himself. In the beginning of his fitness journey, one of Larosa's friends noticed that he didn't have a social media account where he could share his workouts. Initially, Andrea hesitated about it, but in the end he created his YouTube channel, and little did he know that this decision would play a significant role in his rise to fame. Right after 1 month of training, he posted his first video capturing his progress. Larosa already gained an enormous amount of strength, allowing him to rep out handstand push-ups, back lever pull-ups and various advanced variations of basic exercises. As time went on, he started learning even more advanced moves. In 2014, he learned his most favorite skill, the planche, after only a few months of training, and not only with the normal grip, but he could do it already with few other crazy hands placements, following by straddle maltese, tiger bend handstand push-ups, his famous I-sit thanks to his flexibility and compression, and now the impossible. After only 2 years of training in 2015, he started doing one-arm planche, which was crazy. Can you imagine? After only 2 years of training. In 2015 was also the year of Larosa's first ever competition, which was the national championship in Italy. This was where the people started to recognize him, and thanks to his brutal strength and skills he could already do at that time, people were really inspired and immediately started to follow him. His progress skyrocketed furthermore, and few months later in World Cup stage in Stuttgart, he did one-arm planche push-ups. Pushing himself later on even more, Larosa pushed boundaries of what the human body can do with 2-finger full planche push-ups. Nobody could do it at that time, nobody. In 2016, Andrea started learning dynamic skills, which was caused by the evolution of the sport itself. Because outside of Italy, calisthenics competitions started to be more about a combination of dynamics and static movements. So Andrea tried to go with the trend, because to this point a muscle 360 was the only dynamic move he really was able to do every time. He quickly learned basic dynamic moves like double swing 360, swing 540, shrimp flip or ganger, but he never used them in the competitions. The years 2017 and 2018 were really challenging for Andrea because he had several injuries during these years. During one session he fell from P-bars and suffered a severe shoulder dislocation. He managed to put it back in place, as this wasn't his first time because Larosa has naturally loose joints due to his genetics. However, this particular one was the most severe. For weeks he couldn't move his arm at all. Even after regaining some strength, he felt a constant fear of the shoulder dislocating again, which made him avoid any exercise that could possibly cause it. This injury took him a long time and effort to fully heal and regain his previous level of strength. He broke his finger, although not during training, but still it led him to stop practicing the planche on 2 fingers. He also injured his foot and wrist, which occurred at the beginning of 2017. The whole February he spent on strengthening his body through dumbbell exercises. In March he did light skill trainings, and in April he already participated in the Italian Got Talent show with his calisthenics team. Weakened by this injury, he still decided to compete in Street Workout Ultimate Battles in May. As he said, "I wanted to push myself," and that's exactly what he did. This is where Larosa competed against many famous names like Daniel Slizans or Viktor Kamenov, which was a legendary battle. After Larosa's performance in Street Workout Ultimate Battles 1 and even 2, a lot of people criticized his form of his one-arm front level, for example. He did, but with both arms, which was something amazing and not many people could do it. Even nowadays there are not many athletes capable of that. And funny thing about this is that he never practiced the one-arm front row with both arms. He just felt strong at the moment, so he decided to try it and managed to hold it, which really surprised him. If people would have known all the injuries he faced during these 2 years, and mainly weakened by the wrist injury he got from recently, they would be hella impressed that he still decided to compete, and even with all these obstacles, still won both Ultimate Battles. So the reason why he stopped doing dynamics wasn't really caused by them, but from the fear of injuring himself again and not being able to work out for months. Also, one thing that needs to be mentioned is that in Italy there are almost no parks for dynamics. In northern Italy the situation is a little bit better, but the more you go south, the worse it gets. This is the main reason why people in Italy usually don't do dynamics in competitions, because they don't have a good setup to train them. And secondly, judges don't really give points for dynamics and are more focused on statics and good form. Larosa even said that he accidentally broke an entire pull-up bar setup while performing dynamic moves. One of his videos on Instagram captures the crazy instability of the setup he later on broke. Larosa's dedicated month of training with dumbbells proved to be really useful, because not only did he experience feeling stronger, but he also noticed significant muscle growth, which made him incorporate weightlifting exercises into his routine, what was a thing he never did before. From 2015 to 2018, he won many international competitions as well as several local ones. Unfortunately, he has decided to retire from competing. His focus now lies on maintaining his health and physique, but still trying to become a better version of himself. However, he no longer pursues extreme training for those competitions, as nowadays his health and ability to work are his top priorities. When it comes to work, he earns money from calisthenics coaching, from YouTube, and also sponsorships from companies like Prozis back in the day, which now a few years back has replaced company called Foodspring. Andrea is also very careful about what he eats, which wasn't always the case, especially in the first few years of his training. He started to take a whey protein, all different types of multivitamins, a pre-workout supplement when he wants to do a really tough workout, post-workout and many other things. He's now around 65 kgs while being 165 centimeters tall. Sadly, in December of 2022, he had a bad luck and torn his pec. But don't worry, he is slowly but surely recovering his previous strength. Andrea in his free time also loves to ride on his motorbike, so let's wish him many happy and safe kilometers. And guys, that was the story of Andrea Larosa, which raises a really interesting question for which we will never know the answer. Where would he be if the kickboxing gym had never closed?